A fearsome military force emerges from the rubble. After a decades-long US blockade, Tehran hits the depth of Tel Aviv with thousands of ballistic missiles and suicide drones that sank the Iron Dome and David's Sling and put them out of service. On the other hand, the Israeli army's fighters are violating Iran's skies and penetrating deep into its territory. The threats between Israel and Iran are getting louder and louder, punctuated by shows of force represented by attacks on each other's sites. Between an Operation True Promise and a resurrection war looming on the horizon, who will win the war of breaking bones? Many secrets and details we reveal to you, dear viewer, about the military capabilities of the Iranian army against the Israeli army, and the scenarios of confrontation between them. Stay tuned with us. Air Force between Iran and Israel. The Iranian Air Force is one of the weakest links of the Persian army, as it relies on a fleet of obsolete aircraft from the 1970s, such as the American F-14 and F-5 and Mirage F-1. But Tehran is about to turn this situation upside down in connection where it took advantage of Putin's blockade and isolation and blackmailed him to obtain its most dangerous fighters, Sukhoi 35. Iran is still in dire need of replacing all of its 516 old warplanes, some of which date back to Saddam Hussein army. To compensate for this shortage of manned aircraft, Tehran has relied heavily on the kamikaze drones army. Perhaps the most dangerous of these are the Shahed 136, which can reach Tel Aviv with a range of 4,400 km, flying at an altitude of 36,000 feet and a speed of 500 km with a combat payload of 600 kg. On the other hand, the Israeli air fleet includes more than 600 warplanes, all of them advanced. The most dangerous of them is F-35 Adir stealth fighter and the F-15 heavy fighter, as well as an unknown number of kamikaze drones, in addition to more than 200 military helicopters led by the Apache. Nuclear warheads between Iran and Israel. In the event of a full-scale war, Israel has the nuclear power, believed to be between 75 and 400 nuclear warheads, which can be launched with Jericho ballistic missiles, or with winged missiles launched from submarines or fighter jets. As for Iran, it is now on the threshold of military nuclear power, and is working hard to develop its ballistic missile arsenal, which is the most powerful in the region and has a great ability to strike Israel. The most dangerous weapon in Tehran's arsenal is the Fatah hypersonic missile, which was used in Operation True Promise 2. It is a missile that is launched from a mobile military truck, which makes it extremely difficult for Tel Aviv to predict its launch sites, in addition to the ability of this missile to maneuver from an altitude of 300 meters to 70,000 meters. It is followed by the Khyber missile, which does not differ much from the Fatah missile, as it is 10.5 meters long and less than 1 meter in diameter, with weighs 4.5 tons, including a 1,500 kilogram warhead. In terms of speed, the Khyber missile can fly at up to 9 Mach after the warhead is separated from the rest of the missile stages, followed by the Ashura missile, which is considered a weapon of mass destruction due to its high destructive capacity. The Iron Dome between Iran and Israel. Iran's dome relies mainly on the S-400 system, which Tehran recently received it from Russia. The system has a wide coverage capability, with a range of up to 400 kilometers using 40 N6 missiles. The S-400 works with an advanced radar capable of detecting targets at a distance of more than 600 kilometers, giving it the advantage of detecting distant targets before they come significantly closer, and it can track hundreds of targets simultaneously and engage 80 targets in same times, and is equipped with missiles with a speed of up to 12 Mach. The Iranian dome is not complete without the Murmansk BN system, one of the most sophisticated Russian electronic warfare systems and the most advanced in Iran's defense arsenal. The external design of the system consists of a set of huge antennas that can reach a length of 32 meters, and these antennas enable the system to achieve its wide-ranging effect, as each station in the system is capable of jamming communications in a range of up to 5,000 kilometers. In addition to the previous Russian systems, the second place in Iran's defense is the homemade long-range mobile system Bava 373 with a full 360-degree targeting range. It's designed and built on the basis of Russian S-300 technology and designed to deal with multiple threats related to aircraft and missiles. The Bava 373 has a range of up to 300 kilometers, uses a multifunction 3D radar capable of detecting targets up to 350 kilometers away, and is armed with missiles capable of reaching 8 Mach. On the other hand, the US THAAD system, which Tel Aviv recently received, is one of the most powerful air defense systems in the world, specializing in intercepting ballistic missiles in their final stages of flight. The American system operates with an advanced radar, capable of detecting and tracking ballistic missiles at a distance of more than 1,000 kilometers, and its missiles speed reach 8 Mach, but it has limited capabilities in dealing with stealth aircraft and hypersonic missiles. In addition to these American snipers, Israel relies primarily on the Iron Dome system to protect its airspace. The system operates with a sophisticated radar that can detect and track short-range missiles and small aircraft at distances of 70 to 100 kilometers. To counter Iranian missiles, Israel relies heavily on the medium-range David Sling system, launched from a distance of 100 to 200 kilometers, followed by the long-range Arrow 2 and Arrow 3 systems. Tanks and launchers between Iran and Israel. Iran is clearly superior in terms of the number of tanks, but the difference in armament and armor and technology clearly favors Israel with its Merkava tanks. While Tehran has old vehicles, some of them locally made, numbering more than 3,700 tanks, 8,500 armored vehicles, 770 self-propelled guns, and more than 2,100 field guns, in addition to 2,475 rocket launchers, a significant advantage in this aspect over its Israeli counterpart, which possesses 1,650 tanks, 7,500 armored vehicles, and 650 self-propelled guns, and 300 field guns, in addition to 100 rocket launchers. Naval force between Iran and Israel. Iran has 398 obsolete naval vessels, including 34 submarines, and 3 corvettes, and 7 frigates and 8 minesweepers, with only one aircraft carrier, Shahid Bahman Bagheri, which was originally a commercial cargo ship, which we previously reviewed on our channel. On the other hand, Israel has 65 naval vessels, including 5 submarines carrying nuclear missiles, and 48 patrol vessels, and 4 cruisers. In the end, the military provocations and mutual threats between Israel and Iran in the Persian Gulf region warn of the approaching confrontation between the two countries. Tell us in the comments, dear viewer, who will prevail in this war? And don't forget to support us by subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Thanks for watching.